Sri Lanka Customs is one of the oldest government departments in Sri Lanka. Over 215 years, Sri Lanka Customs has developed into a fully pledged state organization in collecting border taxes and controlling the cross-border movement of restricted and prohibited goods covering the entire country. Sri Lanka Customs is dedicated to enforce revenue and social protection laws in the country while facilitating the international trade, contributing to the national effort and due recognition thereof. In the technology-driven 21st century, Sri Lanka Customs has taken huge steps to provide fully digitalized services to the public. The World Customs Organization has dedicated this year's theme as Nurturing the Next Generation, promoting a culture of knowledge sharing and professional pride in customs, dedicating 2023 as the Year of Professional Knowledge. Sri Lanka Customs is always dedicated to share the knowledge among the officers as well as its stakeholders, other government agencies, and the general public. The scope of a customs officer expands on a vast area in many fields. When an officer is joined to the customs service, the officer should gain the knowledge in the fields such as the customs law, customs procedures, customs valuation, harmonized system classification, tariff rules, imports and exports regulations, international trade agreements, customs investigations, country of origin rules, financial regulations, and the establishments code. The customs officers are given the trainings on such areas throughout their career by Sri Lanka Customs. Human Resources Development Directorate, or HRD, of Sri Lanka Customs holds the main responsibility in grooming the young officers. The HRD holds a number of training courses every year for different positions, on different subjects such as export procedure, bonding procedure, appraising of goods, customs law, duties of different directorates, investigation and prosecuting skills, intellectual property rights, language skills, computer literacy, and many more. The HRD uses the highly skilled resource persons from the Customs Department as well as from the other agencies. Some training programs are funded by the private sector. The HRD also facilitates the process of offering the foreign training programs. In the year 2022, HRD has successfully conducted 32 local trainings and 146 foreign trainings. HRD also conducts training programs for Customs House agents. In 2022, 252 CHA holders were passed out from the Sri Lanka Customs Human Resources Development Directorate.
As the leading agency enforcing most of the applicable domestic legislation at the border, Sri Lanka Customs plays a pivotal role in border management. This role would not limit itself only for ensuring greater performance of its own, but also for the performance of its stakeholders and partners collectively. From an internal perspective, Sri Lanka Customs has evolved and progressed in the recent years, ensuring of being in par with the latest global standards. For example, the adoption of international instruments such as Authorized Economic Operators, Single Window, Revised Kyoto Convention, Risk Management, ASICUDA, and the initiative towards paperless trade. Together with other international commitments such as the WTO TFA, the organization has been compelled to be the more pragmatic and dynamic in its engagement with stakeholders. The vast technical knowledge and skills required to ensure the successful execution of such initiatives have been acquired through various continuous capacity building and smooth transition of knowledge measures internally, thereby nurturing the next generation towards promoting a culture of knowledge sharing.
The Information and Communication Technology Directorate of Sri Lanka Customs provides trainings on ASICUDA system and other related computer systems involved in customs clearing. It provides trainings for both customs officers and other stakeholders in private and government agencies. The IT proficient customs officers in the ICT Directorate of Sri Lanka Customs are given constant trainings to obtain the maximum efficiency. Sri Lanka Customs also shares its expertise, knowledge, and information among the other government and private sector agencies to help make the policy decisions and to improve their service.
A customs officer needs to play a multifaceted role to be a true professional, which is of course a challenge. But when we look at the outcome of the work that we perform, we feel a sense of pride, and it's a trouble worth taking. When we provide facilities to traders for seamless cargo movements across our border. We support them in their effort to develop their businesses that ultimately cater to the economic development of the country. When we detect a shipment of narcotic drugs at the border, we protect the young generation from drug addiction. When we stop substandard goods, such as counterfeit medicines, from coming into the country, we support patients for their early recovery from ailments and improve their standard of living. When we foil attempts to bring in offensive weapons, we protect the people from the evil of terrorism. When we prevent illegal exportation of fauna and flora, we protect our biodiversity and scenic beauty of our nature that we enjoy. When we prevent illegal removal of archaeological artifacts, we protect our 2,500 years of culture and history that we are proud of. When we prevent the proliferation of dual-use goods across our borders, we contribute to the safety of the entire global community.
Officers of Sri Lanka Customs Department benefits in many training programs offered by the World Customs Organization. The WCO offers a range of capacity-building programs, fellowship programs, scholarships, and various online courses every year for its members. The WCO Click platform offers training material from e-learning courses to scheduled global and regional training workshops for the customs officers. The WCO Academy offers a wide range of courses for the private sector and academia. The information related to customs investigations is shared among the other officers by the National Customs Enforcement Network, and useful investigation information is shared globally among other customs authorities by the WCO Customs Enforcement Network. The annual Pickard Conference is hosted by the WCO to publish the customs-related researches by the WCO members. Officers of Sri Lanka Customs have published researches in this conference every year since the beginning of this event.
As the Director General of Sri Lanka Customs, I congratulate all the customs communities around the world on this International Customs Day. In the present context, Sri Lanka Customs is one of the key departments empowered to enforce relevant laws aimed at strengthening and safeguarding the economy while facilitating of trade during these tough times. While performing the national duties, Sri Lanka Customs is positive to the latest developments in the trade, delivering its functions, meeting the expectation of stakeholders by exercising facilitation and enforcement hand in hand. We have been successful in adapting the technology in improving the service delivery in multiple facets. Sri Lanka Customs is also working closely with other customs administrations in the world, fulfilling international obligations by entering into customs mutual assistance agreements. The secret behind the achievements and the success of Sri Lanka Customs is nothing other than its inherent culture of knowledge sharing and collaborative approach. With the International Customs Day 2023 commemoration, Sri Lanka Customs will take progressive steps to align with the theme nurturing the next generation, promoting a culture of knowledge sharing and professional pride in customs.
Sri Lanka Customs has produced many outstanding individuals who are internationally recognized as resource persons in the area of customs. When performing the day-to-day duties, a customs officer should have the knowledge of a broader extent, not limited to a specific field. It is one of the most knowledge-based government professions in Sri Lanka and probably in the world. The knowledge in the areas such as information technology, logistics operations, health, agriculture, food, chemical substances, weapons, narcotics, gem and jewelry, consumer products, biodiversity, and national heritage are some of the many areas that a customs officer should be knowledgeable of. Sri Lanka Customs Department is committed to educate its next generation and create a culture of knowledge sharing, while preserving the professional pride in the customs service and to become the best customs service in South Asia.